Say, babes.
Say.
Did you know that Chick-fil-A is an experiment? It's a chemistry experiment.
On how to offend an entire group of people, but then still get money because it's so good and they go anyway to go get the food?
No, not about being closed on Sundays. It's like 51 ingredients are in a chicken sandwich. 51.
I mean, I'm sure McDonald's has them beat.
Here's the deal. You know how it tastes the same wherever you get it?
It better.
That is literally the science experiment. And what the chemistry of it all is doing is causing people to be highly addicted to it.
Babes, that is fast food at
Period.
the core of what it's supposed to be, to where you can go to a fast food place and you know for certain you're going to get that same flavor across state lines, across country lines, across ponds. I'm not surprised. What I am surprised about is that they're closed on Sunday and that all of the Le Bichetaquois people are still going to eat their chicken even though they don't like us. Did you watch Scrabble this Thursday?
Babes, I sure did.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Not once, but 4 times.
I'm just making sure you
Trying
watched
to give
it.
you all them ratings.
I'm just making sure you watched it.
Babes, did you do my nails recently?
Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. I didn't do that.
It's
You
just
did
really
that.
disgusting. And
It went from a full
I have
nail.
to call it out.
It went from a full nail to a red French tip to now half done. And you know what? All you have to do is claim it. You can say you chose to do that and people will go for it.
Oh, it's so bad. I had to say it before someone in the comments came for me, but I'm just
But like if you put this one up, it's kind of cool.
Okay.
Like it's kind of cool.
Happy trick or treat. You know what these nails are going to do? Yeah, this one is atrocious. You know what these nails are going to do really well? And go into the pond.
Good job. I can't believe Chick-fil-A. They're so rude.
51 ingredients in a fucking chicken sandwich.
I don't even like
man.
their chicken nuggets. They don't even taste good. It's just their chicken sandwich that tastes good.
You know, we know people who go there every single day.
Yeah, we do.
And it's so bad for you. You're just consuming chemicals.
Well, you
Just
can
make a chicken
breathe the
sandwich
air
at
of
home.
America and you can consume chemicals.
This
to
is
be
true,
100.
but like whatever. Oh, babes.
What is it?
It's a life dump.
What's that?
You know on Instagram how people will post photos?
Oh yeah, I
and
do
then
photo
they're
dump.
like, lately, life dump. Well, we're going to do ours in words.
Oh, this is going to be fun. This is pretty much just like an inner monologue.
No, this is like what's happened in our life as of late.
Okay.
The last 3 weeks. Scrabble premiered. You went to New York. I fought a fucking possum. My nails are atrocious. Like things have happened that we got to tell the people about. I love it. It's going to be a great episode. Buckle up, bitches.
Let's see. I filmed a pilot that took me 3 weeks to do.
Yeah.
And then the last day of filming, I went to New York and had a entire media blitz because Scrabble premiered on the CW.
What's a press tour for you like?
It has a lot of different feels. One, not the biggest fan of it because it takes me out of my element and I have to be on the go. Barely do you schedule a lunch or food for a press tour, so you're like scavenging throughout the whole day. However, this one was interesting and not as bad. I liked the people that I was around and the outlets that I went to were fun. And I got to wear my Jinko jeans and clothing that was very comfortable, so I didn't feel like constricted, which was very rare because back in the day when I was younger, I used to wear clothes that I didn't want to wear. And then I got really wonderful, beautiful texts from you outside of the fact that when I didn't answer at 12 and didn't come home until 2, you called the hotel and asked them to look out for me because you were scared that I was stolen.
Yeah, I definitely thought that you had been kidnapped or human trafficked. And also we have an agreement in our relationship, which is like we call and say goodnight when we're out of town.
Right. And I wasn't asleep yet, so I didn't call.
Well, I didn't trust that because I was like, it's 12:30 and I last talked to you and you were like half falling asleep when we were on the phone at 7 p.m.
But like,
so I was
about
like,
to go home.
You're right. So I was like, it's not taking her 5 hours to get home. Something must have happened. And it was weird because when I called the hotel, the person was like, oh, she's not here, but your location said you were there.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is fucked up. I used to be really anxious. I used to be like super anxious, but I worked through it and you called me and you were just like this pissed.
Yeah, I was outside of the hotel with my friend having a conversation.
Unacceptable. And it's just like, where the fuck is your phone?
The phone, on the way to the hotel, we had an abrupt stop and the phone went underneath the seat in the back. Yeah. So I was like, I'm not about to get out of the car right now and get it.
There's always some explanation.
Yes, that's what happens when things aren't.
No,
there's an explanation.
That's what I mean. Like with my anxiety, right? Like in my head, I'm going worst case scenario.
Yeah.
I'm like, she fell, she's stuck in an elevator.
Wow.
She was
I fell?
abducted. Yeah.
Where did I fall?
She fell and she couldn't get up. Through one of those grates in the city. Like,
Wow. So
like,
I fell through one of those, like Wile E. Coyote.
Yes, and you're at the bottom, and your phone somehow like your phone flew out and just landed at the hotel.
Oh wow, it flew to the hotel.
And so I'm over here like, oh my God, what am I gonna do?
Cool.
But then I love the fact that my brain always gets met with fact, which is like, no, my phone was under the seat. I couldn't reach it, and I was having a really in-depth conversation with a friend I hadn't seen in a while. I'm like, oh yeah, for sure. I'm glad you had fun.
But my favorite part is I walk into the hotel and the guy's like, you really need to call your wife. And I was like, wait, why? She's very worried about you. Like putting it all the way on. I was like, oh my God.
Thank you to that, sir, because I wasn't over dramatic. I was just like, hi, can you put me?
I highly doubt you were like, hi, can you? I highly doubt.
I was like, I don't know if she's under her name or a pseudonym. Here are the possible like fake names that she goes by. And he goes, all right, let me patch her to the, and then this was the thing that was interesting. He's like, okay, let me call up to the room. He called up to the room, and I assumed it would like be a minute or two of waiting. You know, let it ring, sir. And literally 2 seconds later, she's not answering. She's not here. I've been here for an hour and 45 minutes, and she has not walked through that
Then
door.
why did you even call up? Anyway, that's what I did in New York, and that's what she did while I was in New York. You also fought a possum.
I did a few other things.
Oh,
Thank you very
please tell
much.
me.
It's not just me sitting there like calling your hotel, wondering where you are, freaking out. I have a life too.
Tell me what you
So yes, I did happen to fight a possum.
Now, did you fight a possum? Or did you
Here's
let
the deal. Here's the deal.
the dog fight the possum?
So this is what happened.
Uh-huh.
It was a Sunday.
Ooh, let's start there.
And it was the day of rest. Chick-fil-A was closed. And I decided I was going to have a chill morning because the weeks prior had been crazy. And I come downstairs. It's like 6:45 in the morning. And I'm going to let Quinn out, our dog, to go to the bathroom. Before I can process really what's happening, I see this like movement in the bush.
The bush is moving.
Before I can stop him, he runs out, right? So he goes, thank you. This is such a great live reenactment. He goes right to the bush, and I'm like, oh, it's the wind. But it wasn't the wind because a nose came out of the bush.
Not a nose.
Yeah, and it was like a ratty, long nose, and it belonged to a possum.
You guys, a possum showed up in the backyard.
Who started hissing and growling. Now, here's the deal. We've seen possums in our backyard.
We've
is
seen
the
a family of
craziest thing.
possum.
We've seen raccoons. We've seen possums. We've smelled skunks. It's wild out there. We understand. But what I was expecting was this possum to hear me, see Quinn.
Validate you.
Yeah, I wanted validation from the fucking possum. No, I was expecting it to run its ass away and save itself from the crazy little puppy and the human. But instead, it just stayed there.
Now, did you go in and get a broom and try to get it out?
Yeah, I did.
And it still didn't move?
So here's the deal.
It didn't move.
It didn't move.
Oh, that possum was not playing around.
No. It still isn't going. So I come inside, I get a broom, and I get the vacuum cleaner because I was like, the vacuum cleaner will be sound. The broom is the device that I'm going to use to like usher it out.
You two-handed it. I would have just used the vacuum cleaner and swung it and turned it on at the same time.
It was a lot, babes. You know, I still was asleep. I had my heatless curls in. I happened to be on my period. So I also was in like a period diaper, like period underwear.
So you were wearing a diaper and heatless curls?
Yeah.
Did you have a wife beater and a baby sucker in your mouth?
It was a sight. It was a sight.
I actually liked that sight.
And I just started saying, leave.
Because possums understand.
I was like, you need to leave. And the fucker wouldn't leave.
This asshole.
Yeah, but you know what? Here's the deal. Then I started feeling bad for it because as hours passed, I was like, this creature must be hurt.
Right. It's like dying.
Yeah, it's dying or it was attacked by something. So then I put Quinn's little like pen gate around it.
Yeah.
I tried to feed it an apple.
I'm sorry, you tried to feed a possum?
Mm-hmm.
Why? I thought you wanted him out.
I
you don't
did.
feed guests. They stay when you feed them and give them
maybe
warm.
if I nourish him, he will
Leave.
be strong enough to leave. He
So
didn't.
what'd you do?
I had to call around again. It was Sunday. Everything was closed except this one
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, this one animal rescue place. And I waited until 4 p.m.
Wow.
The gentleman came. He was very sweet.
Did you put pants over your diaper first?
I actually took my diaper all the way off. Okay. So I was just totally free bleeding at that point. I put pants on.
Yeah.
The dude came. I was worried that the dude might be aggressive and like hurt the animal, and he took it and he was really sweet. And then I said, I tried
Why
to
did
give
you think that the person that works for the animal control center would treat an animal rudely?
Do you remember 101 Dalmatians?
Yes.
Do you remember the animal control people? Do you remember Annie? Do you remember any of the things that I watched as a child? Like,
Can you reference a live action film or a documentary, please, instead of a cartoon from 1992?
Annie was alive.
Annie was alive.
Annie was live, and they were not nice to Sandy. They all ran from the pound people. The people at the pound and the animal control people, they don't have a nice reputation.
In movies,
No,
but in real life they do.
No, they don't.
Why not? They have to be nice. This is a humane human thing.
Anyway, whether it was like my 4-year-old brain or my 37-year-old brain, I was worried that they were going to be mean to the creature.
But it's not mean to hit him with a broom. And
I didn't actually physically hit him. I was hitting the bush, and I was saying, please leave. So I was very kind. Anyway, the point is, the man showed up, and he was very kind.
Yeah,
and
that's
he had
good.
a raccoon.
He asked, please get in this box, please.
He had a raccoon and a skunk in his
Very
trunk.
kind, very kind.
A raccoon and a skunk in his trunk. And he gave the possum water. He told me it was female.
Yeah, wow.
He said possum.
Did he give it an apple too?
He said they don't like apples. They only eat bugs.
Oh, wow.
That was my bad.
That's your bad.
Um,
You were not nice to that possum. You tried to kill that possum.
I should have
with
just
an
gotten
apple.
yeah, I tried to poison it with a fucking apple. You're right. An evil apple, because I'm a mean queen from Snow White. You got me, babes. And then he picked it up and he took it. Anyway, anything else going on in your life recently? That was a long time
lot.
on that damn possum.
It was funny. Anything else happening with my life? I bought some new jewelry when I was in New York, which I really like. I had some more loss in the family since the last time we talked. And just kind of contemplating.
Since the last time we talked? Shit.
Well, since the last
happened?
time we talked. Just, kind of contemplating life and death and why we're here. The bigger questions when death surrounds you. We got new cell phones. We got new phones.
I was about to say something again.
Yeah, we did. We got the new iPhone 16. You know what, Mac? I'm mad at you because you're out here pretending to sell an AI iPhone 16 when in actuality, its capabilities will allow you to have an AI, but it's not on the phone yet.
Yeah.
That's disrespectful,
It takes
and
time.
I wouldn't have bought the phone if I didn't know that it was
Really?
right then. Oh my God, that's one
You
of the reasons
only
I
bought it for the AI?
No, I bought it because I had a raggedy ass 14.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I just feel like that's misadvertisement. I just don't think that's fair.
False advertisement.
That's what I mean. But at the same time,
But
at the
it's
very
coming,
bottom,
right?
it's coming. It's supposed to be here in October, but it's October and it's not here.
It's delayed.
And at the bottom, of course, it had the asterisk that in like small type that I didn't read beforehand. And this is my other last thing. I found my personal fidget.
You are so obsessed with those fidgets. I like gooier fidgets.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. I mean, here's the deal. When you have a fidget, I do want a fidget.
Yeah,
It
you want
makes-
no. You don't want a fidget. You want my fidget.
It does make me want to reach out and touch it. And then I'm kind of like, hey, can I have a turn for 2 seconds?
Well, that was our life dump.
Yeah, a life dump. See you next time.